That was your wake-up call. So, are we ready? Okay, so, good morning.
Good morning.
So, thought I would share today one of my big passions, one of my hobbies, and that's drumming. So, I thought I'd, we've got some props, we've got some souvenirs. Everybody has a set of sticks to take home. They're yours to keep. And I thought we'd make some noise. Perfect. Next slide, please. So, we won't actually be using my full kit because I couldn't fit it in the trunk, so we're just going to be moving along. Next slide, please. So, it's so easy, even Mike Barlow.
Is that an invisible
You guys are too busy ignoring us.
It's great when you've got a director who will indulge you in strangeness. Okay, so, next slide, please. So, what is drumming in 4/4? First question, does anybody here play an instrument? Lois and Chris, and terrific. And what instruments do you play?
Violin.
Violin?
Piano.
Piano. Patty, what do you play?
Piano.
Piano. Okay, so who can maybe tell me if anyone knows what 4/4 means?
It's is it the measure? Mm-hmm. And it's the 4 notes in the measure?
Right. So I would assume those who play an instrument read music. Do others read music here? Excellent. So yes. So if you could flip to the next piece. So it's a musical term meaning 4 beats to a measure and every quarter note gets 1 beat. What's terrific is if you won't know how to read music, but it's totally not going to be necessary today to learn how to read music to drum in 4/4. Okay? So, what do we need? We need 2 things, right? To drum in 4/4, we need sticks, which I think you all have at this point. Okay? And you need a drum. And again, while I couldn't bring my kit, I have given you some different things to drum on. We've got some practice pads, we've got some buckets. You can also use a book if you need it. You just need a surface, really. And I would prefer you use your book rather than the table because Robert would probably get a little upset about that. So, first thing we need to know is how to actually hold the sticks because there is a technique for that. So you all have with you a handout on how to hold sticks, but I will also do a presentation. There are 2 types of ways to hold a drumstick. One is called the matched grip, and the other is called the traditional grip. The matched grip is actually the easiest, and that's what I'm going to show you today. So you're going to take the stick, take 1 stick, 1 hand, and you're going to go about maybe about 1/3 of the way up and find what they call a fulcrum, a balance. So that you're going to take your finger and kind of almost look like a gun a little bit, and you're going to take your index finger and you're just going to hold on to it. Again, roughly about 1/3 of the way up. You want to leave maybe an inch or so toward the bottom of the stick. Stacey, you're a little high. Okay? Perfect. Perfect. Okay? Hey, that works. So you're going to take your thumb, and place it on the stick like this, and then you're just going to carefully wrap your hand around it. Okay? You're not going to squeeze, because squeezing is not good. You're just going to lightly wrap it. Then you're going to take your next hand and make the same motion, right? You're going to have the little gun, and about halfway here, put your thumb down, and then lightly wrap your hands. So this is the matched grip. When you play the drums, you don't kind of go like this, right? Because that's kind of awkward. You're going to have your hands so that you're facing downward, like this. Okay? So everybody got that?
Got it.
Fantastic. So that is how we're going to hold in the matched grip. Can we flip down the slide? So now we're going to count, right? Because you need to count because the drummer is the one who sets the beat, right? If the drummer's off, the rest of the band is just going to stink because everybody's going to be playing their own stuff. So you're going to count with me. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. Okay, everybody got that? Again, very important also to count out loud while you're learning to make sure that you've got the beat. So what I'm going to ask you to do is take 1 hand, doesn't matter which one, and you're going to hit the surface with me as we go. Ready? Mississippi, 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 Mississippi. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, Mississippi, Mississippi. Okay, now let's try the other hand. People who are right-handed will have a really easy time with the right stick, and people who are left-handed will have a very easy time with the left hand. The other hand is much more difficult. It's harder to get that moving. So let's try the other hand. Mississippi, 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 Mississippi. Let's try it again. Mississippi, 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 Mississippi. Now we're going to try it back and forth. Mississippi, 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 Mississippi. One more time. Mississippi, 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 Mississippi. Okay, how did everybody do with that? Does everybody feel like they're holding their sticks right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the objective today was to learn to drum in 4/4. And so if you'd like to practice a little bit more, ready? Mississippi, Mississippi, Mississippi. Come on, go out out loud.
Can you show the other grip too?
Mississippi, 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 Mississippi. Eric?
Is the other grip with the hands up? Or how?
So the other grip, which wasn't part of the presentation, but I see we have a little bit of time. You would take your hand, and again, it's the same type of thing, except you're going to take your fingers. Oops, I got to do it this way. Take your fingers and put the drum between the third and the stick and the third and the 1, 2, 3, second and the third finger, like this, okay? And then you switch it over and you hold on to it like this. And again, it's a fulcrum. So, it's a harder grip to learn. It's a harder grip to learn because you're still trying to get the bounce. Yes, Stacy?
So if we do a faster tempo, is it still in 4/4?
It can still be in 4/4. We can do a faster tempo. We can do we can do it in 4/8, right?
Okay.
1 and 2 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Or you can even do it faster. So.
Charm!
So.
I like the game.
Questions? What questions do you have about drumming in 4/4?
How might I learn more, Denise? Where will I go now?
You could do a number of things. One of the great things about drumming is that there's stuff on the internet. There is on YouTube. You can call a local music shop and take drum lessons.
What's your rate?
My rate?
Priceless.
My drum teacher charges $25 an hour. I'm not that good, so probably considerably less. Thank you very much.
Excellent. Drum roll.